Good evening, everybody, and welcome back at your old pal, the BirdWatcher here. Just wanted to check in the middle of this first full week of spring training with all the players now, players, coaches, the entire spring training staff, personnel, everybody's there. And we've got some exciting news coming out of camp, some good news. And when you look around at some of the teams in our division, it's not necessarily good news for some of our biggest rivals. You got the Yankees. They've got an unhappy Marcus Stroman. They've got an injury situation with Giancarlo Stanton. Apparently, both of his elbows are an issue, and he won't be ready for opening day, it would appear. Then you've got the Red Sox, who went out and they got Alex Bregman. Very big signing for them. Definitely strengthens their team. I forgot to close my Discord. Sorry for the beep noises. But with the arrival of Bregman has sparked a little bit of controversy amongst what had been the franchise player for Boston, Rafael Devers, who does not want to move away from third base, even though by pretty much every metric out there, he has been considered defensively the worst everyday third baseman in baseball for about 7 consecutive seasons. But yeah, seems like something that probably should have been talked about before the signing. Not sure about that. And then you got Toronto. What was the news out of Toronto camp I heard? It wasn't positive. Oh, the Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Failure to extension. So there you go. There's an update on the teams we want to beat. But as far as we go, so far, everything coming out of camp has been positive. Players like Felix Bautista, that we are anxiously awaiting the return of, is looking healthy and ready for live action once these games get underway in the spring. Kobe Mayo, apparently, the past day or two has been seen tearing the cover off the baseball. Now, I don't take a whole lot of stock in that, to be honest, Kobe. No offense to you, but I'm going to need to see that kind of power swing production in an actual live, meaningful game. I know spring training isn't technically meaningful, but it is meaningful to him if he has ambitions on being with the big club as soon as possible, right? Hey, hello there, Charm City chat. How you guys doing? I see you. Coldest, Benny Jets. Benny, it's been a long time. Coldest, you guys have your BirdWatcher badges. Good to see. Robert, how are you? But the main thing I wanted to touch on tonight is some there's two really positive reports coming out of early spring training. Actually, make it 3. We're going to bump it up to 3. Let's start with the first one. Reports are, take with that what you will. We're talking about like beat writers. We're talking Baltimore Banner. We're talking Rotka Botko. We're talking Jake Rill. We're talking about the musings of those who are down there covering the team every day. What the first thing I want to say is one of the biggest concerns for me this spring and heading into opening day is Adley Rutschman going to regain his old form, that dynamite, can do it all kind of player for us. He really lost something at the plate, especially in the second half of last season. His swing was he just kept getting under the ball, uppercut swinging, popping it up. All reports are is that Adley is looking really good. Swinging the baseball right now. Now, again, you can't take too much stock in these things. We need to see it in game action, and then we need to see it in the regular season in order to confirm that the old Adley is back. But it's better than hearing nothing or hearing something negative, correct? Second thing to be excited about, Tomoyuki Sugano. Folks, he is probably making the most noise at camp in terms of our off-season acquisitions. Everybody's very excited with his first couple of bullpen sessions, throwing to live batters. He's showing the things that we were hoping that he would give for us, which is excellent command, pinpoint control, a heavy arsenal of pitches, and I believe I think he has a 6-pitch mix, and I don't even think he's even really showing off all 6 yet. But of the 4 or 5 that he has, everybody's impressed. Gary Sanchez catching him, Drew French talking about him as the pitching coach, Brandon Hyde. Everybody's excited, and the beat writers as well. Let me close my Discord page. It's been left open, and now I'm getting messages. Hey, come on over to the stream. We're live right now. Yeah, I've got a MLB.com. Somebody put this up in my Discord. There is a which Oriole player are you personality test, and we're going to take that right here on the stream before we wrap it up. But there's one more thing I want to talk about in terms of positivity, and that is this year's potential diamond in the rough pitcher coming out of nowhere guy. And that guy is named Rodolfo Martinez. He's a 30-year-old right-handed pitcher. And let me just take you on over to the Twitter feed. I call it Twitter, and I will always call it Twitter. I hope you don't mind. So let's pop on over here for a minute. All right. Take you over to my desktop here. Okay, where am I? Am I in the corner? Did it move me? Where am I? Yeah, get over here. There you go. And then put my camera on. All right, now I'm over here now. All right. So, first of all, there he is, folks, in the flesh. This is our diamond in the rough, and he's got some moves. He has got some moves. If you could throw 100 miles an hour like Rodolfo Martinez does, I'm guessing you would be dancing too. Keep an eye on this dude. Orioles might have found another diamond in the rough. That's Ben McDonald, folks. Big Ben with that report. The best way to describe the vibes at Orioles spring training, courtesy of Rodolfo Martinez. Folks, I have not heard one negative word out of camp yet. And if you think that's just a bunch of cover, like there's propaganda going on to like try to conceal like a bunch of internal problems, no, they're not. David Rubenstein went out and had dinner with Adley and Gunnar. I don't remember the Angelos family doing anything like that. Good relations are being made. And again, you look at these core group of players. These guys are all brought up through the farm together. These guys have known each other since they got drafted. These guys want to win together. These guys know how things went in the second half. These guys know it's been back-to-back Octobers without a playoff win. These guys are hungry. Let's go. So first bullpen session for Martinez faced Jordan Westberg. He walked him. He struck out Colton Cowser and Gunnar Henderson looking. Gave up a single to Adley Rutschman and then struck out Ramon Laureano. So he struck out the side in a live bullpen session. High 90s with a good splitter. That'll play. That will indeed play, folks. Keep an eye out for Rodolfo Martinez. Flame-throwing, non-roster invitee right-hander Rodolfo Martinez about to throw live BP for the second time in 4 days. His stuff is legit. Yeah. Oh, I guess this might be Gunnar striking out looking right here. There you go. Whatever this nasty pitch was, Gunnar was like, damn. That mitt sounded like it was popping pretty loud, too, I got to be honest. Non-roster invitee out of Mexico looks great during his live bullpen. Here he is striking out Enrique Bradfield Jr. He also struck out Sam Abasayo and got Dylan Beavers to fly out. He's been turning heads in camp so far. Today he struck out Cowser and Gunnar looking in back-to-back ABs. Mike Elias and Brandon Hyde are both sitting behind home plate watching. So Martinez last pitched an affiliated ball in 2019. He was a 2013 international signee for the Giants, signing for $350,000, and was a top 30 Giants prospect for a bit. The stuff was always there for Martinez, but finding the strike zone and consistency were always the issue. He's topped out at 102 miles per hour a few years ago. But even at the age of 30, he's still pumping at 100 in Mexico as of this past year. So, folks, I mean, this guy could be a great bullpen. And I don't think he can stretch out like a starter. I think he's strictly a bullpen guy at this stage. But, hey, if you got a bullpen guy that can throw 100 miles an hour, Orioles could use that. Right now, if you're looking at a typical 5-man rotation that includes an 8-man bullpen, in your 8-man bullpen, you got on the back end your closer, Felix Bautista, and then on the low leverage, long relief end, you got Albert Suarez. That leaves 6 spots for middle relievers, and you'd like to divide them up evenly, 3 lefties, 3 righties. And right now, that list includes, amongst right-handed pitching, Sir Anthony Dominguez, Yenier Cano, and the offseason signing Andrew Kittredge. On the left-hand side, you got Keegan Aiken, Gregory Soto, and Cionel Perez. Now, the tough thing is, if Martinez winds up being somebody we want to roster, I feel like it's tougher to knock out one of our right-handed relievers than it is perhaps than a lefty. Because, like, you know, Yenier Cano, I mean, he wasn't nearly as good last year as he was the previous season, but at the same time, in that previous season, he was the 1-2 punch with Felix Bautista. With Bautista coming back, they're very, very close. I wonder if that's going to get Cano back to that 2023 form. Kittredge, you would hope, is going to be effective and dependable all season long. That's the guy you targeted in free agency to help out the bullpen. And then you got Sir Anthony Dominguez, which, according to a stat I heard yesterday, his ERA dropped down a full run from when he was a Philly to when he then came over in a trade at the deadline from Philadelphia. That time in those last 2 months and change with the Orioles, his ERA was a run lower than it was with the Phillies. But the problem is his ERA was quite high with the Phillies, and that 1 run lower with us was still not, ideal for a bullpen ERA. So who do I think would be on the block if Rodolfo Martinez were to somehow make this team? It would come down to having to choose between maybe going 4 righties and 2 lefties, because I feel like a guy like Gregory Soto has a lot to prove. Cionel Perez doesn't have any options, and we'll see about Cionel Perez. I think Keegan Aiken has earned the right to have the longest leash based on him being probably the most dependable guy other than Danny Coulombe from the left-hand side last year. And Coulombe was hurt for a while, so Aiken was there most of the time when he wasn't sent down. So I think it's probably going to be one of those Philadelphia relievers. If one of them struggles in this spring, we might have to, and if Rodolfo Martinez looks the real business, we might have to think about swapping somebody out. But hey, it's a good problem to have, folks. It is a good problem to have. We've got a new potential weapon in the bullpen out of nowhere. All right. What's going on in the chat here? I can't wait to see Gunner play. Hey, says Rob. I can't wait to see everyone on our team play. For real, it's going to be so fun to watch. Hey, BW, did you talk about how Grayson is adding the sweeper? Yeah, Grayson Rodriguez used a sweeping slider a couple of seasons back, and then he abandoned it last year and went with a more traditional, harder slider. Less horizontal right to left movement, and more of a hard-cutting, slightly downward trajectory slider. And I guess the metrics all pointed toward the fact that Grayson was much more effective when using the sweeper versus using the traditional slider. So now he's gone back to his 2023 arsenal, and he's bringing back the sweeper. And as long as he can have good command of it, the one thing about that pitch, if you leave that kind of pitch out over the plate, it's being thrown at a velocity where a batter can adjust and absolutely wallop a pitch like that. So you gotta have good command. You gotta locate it right. A lot of people out there are using the sweeper, not there's only a handful of pitchers that have really mastered it. But if you can master the sweeper, it is a very, very effective pitch. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm doing good. Hoo-hoo, Robin. Got to admit, it hurts me a little to see you in a Spurs shirt. Glory, glory, Man United. Well, look, Chilo, first of all, you did have glory. You had the Alex Ferguson days. You had a nice, 2-decade run of being the top team in the Premier League and one of the top clubs in the world. But those days are over now. City has taken that mantle for the last decade. Those days are long gone. And meanwhile, my Spurs just continue to stink it up season after season. But hey, I'm from the Baltimore, Washington area. I mean, aren't I used to picking teams that lose more often than win? I can't help but root for teams that struggle. What do you want me to do, folks? All right, let's take this quiz. Let's see if this is fun or not. This could be an absolute waste of time. Rob, I'm glad that you couldn't spell Arsenal, because if you had, I'd have to remove your comment. Arsenal can go suck an egg. How about that? And you can't like Arsenal and Liverpool. You'll be laughed out of England. You can't like them both. Pick one. All right, here we go. Hey, how's the... let me take a look here. Hey, how you doing? Guys, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Saturday. I don't know what the TV coverage is going to be like. I don't know if Yahoo, ESPN, or any of the live scoring pages are going to give you that traditional up-to-date scoreboard, balls and strikes, animation, and all that. I don't know. But I'll call the game. Oh, that's probably something else I should mention. I guess it's in my Discord. The Orioles, Masson is broadcasting 8 spring training games this season, folks. 8. Saturday being the first of the 8 games. The other 7 games, take a screenshot of this for later if you want. March 1st against the Pirates again. On the 3rd against the Red Sox. Those are both at 1 p.m. There's a 6 o'clock game on the 10th against Pittsburgh. Following day at 1 o'clock, the Yankees. On the 17th, the Red Sox. 20th of March, Yankees again. That one is at 6 p.m. And then the final one that Masson is doing will be March 22nd, 1 o'clock, once again against the Pirates. So we have 8 games for Masson, 4 of them against the Pirates, 2 versus Boston, and 2 versus New York. For the other games, I went down every team in the Grapefruit League, looked at the schedule to see if they were playing the Orioles, and if they were playing the Orioles, I went into every individual team's broadcast schedule to see if they were broadcasting. And these are the games that I found. The Phillies on the 23rd. So guess what? Saturday, we've got Pittsburgh. The very next day, if this Phillies game is being broadcast like they say they are, and I should be able to get it up on my TV, we'll have another game again on Sunday against the Phillies. They'll also be playing March the 2nd and March the 9th. The Braves will see March the 23rd. That's just a couple of days away from opening day. The Tigers, this one's in question because Detroit has it listed a March 7th game, but when I looked at the schedule, it says that we're playing Pittsburgh on that day. It might be a split squad day. Half the roster's playing one team, half the other. That might be the case. Toronto didn't have any games listed yet, so they may not have their schedule out, but I looked, and last season, during the spring, they broadcast 26 of their spring games. That's almost all of them. So I'm going to assume that they're going to have a similar schedule, and that with the 3 games we're playing against them, that we'll probably get at least 1 game out of there. The Twins don't have any games listed. We play them 4 times. Doesn't look like that'll be on the air. And there's 1 game against the Rays. That is on March 9th, and we'll have to double-check that one as well. I can't remember why, but there's a reason why I wrote double-check. All right. That's not it. Here we go. Are you ready for the quiz? Does anybody in chat want to guess what Oriole I will be? And are we only counting players, that like current players? Because honestly, if this quiz was accurate, it would be able to tell me after answering 3 questions that I am Earl Weaver. You know? Oh, I'll be Brandon Hyde. Okay. So that's the closest I can get. All right. Let's take the quiz. This is probably going to be ridiculous. Oh, they want me to... Oh, come on now. All right. Let me fill this sensitive information out for a minute. What are you making me do over here for a silly little quiz? Really? Okay. I know. You need to farm. You need to mine that data. Keep mining that data. There you go. I've read the terms of use. No, I don't want emails. All right. Whatevs. All right. So we're going to go back over here. Let's see what we got. Favorite position to play. I have to go catcher because that was the position I played in my brief academic career. So catcher it is. I just think catcher, you're like the quarterback of the team. You're working with the pitcher the whole game. I mean, is this going to automatically tell me I'm Adley Rutschman? I have to go catcher. Is there only 6 questions? Is that it? This is ridiculous. Favorite singer. Okay, I only recognize 2 names on here, and one of them's country. So by process of elimination, and I don't even really have much care for this band, but I gotta go Motley Crue. Favorite hobby, building Lego sets, hunting, golfing, playing baseball. Are you kidding me? I mean, favorite color, sky blue, cow print. Gee, I wonder if you answer that, if Cowser might be your guy. Red or green? So you're basically making me pick between red, blue, or green? Well, I'm not going red. You know, it's the color of the grass. Let's go green. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Favorite food, Tex-Mex, meatball sub, barbecue ribs, seafood pasta. All right, well, luckily I'm not vegan. Jesus Christ. Yeah, plus green. Yeah, there's a lot of green. Yeah, I'm definitely green. Okay, I have to go barbecue ribs on this one with this selection. I mean, it would be nice to know what kind of pasta. Are we talking penne? Are we talking... What are we talking? Tex-Mex. Again, that could be Taco Bell for all I know. I'm just going to go with good old-fashioned ribs. And then finally, favorite movie. I mean, there's only one movie on this list that's actually like a classic in my humble view. I mean, Happy Gilmore is funny. Elf is funny, I guess. And I've never seen this. Is this the last of the event? I don't care. Superhero movies. I gave up on it after what? Iron Man 2? Okay, I've had enough superhero movies. Oh, what's that? We're going to get 45 more of them every year for the next 20 years? Like 40% of all movies will be superhero. Oh, yeah. Shawshank. Give me a break. All right, who am I? Tell me who I am. I'm Grayson. All right. Hey, you know what that means? You know what he and I have in common? 2025 is the year we become household names, folks. 2025 is the year we level up. Look at that, Rob. Did we answer the same questions? Or did you have anything a little bit different? I'm Grayson. And not, you know, normally when you take a test like this, they take the time to give you a little write-up like Grayson Rodriguez enjoys a good crime thriller drama like Shawshank Redemption. There isn't much for like, you know, you usually have something to kind of explain why. No, you don't get that. I had a feeling this was just thrown together. Hey, there's an intern working somewhere that had a day's worth of help The evidence of it is here. Okay. All right, I think that's all there is to talk about, folks. Is there any questions from the chat? David, it's great to see you, buddy. You plan on being around regularly when the season starts? Or even this Saturday for the spring opening opener? Maybe because I got beer. Yeah, I tell you what, how bad is it looking on here? Oh yeah, I gotta realize I'm in HD now, and I'm like on the screen, and like every contour of my aging face is now in full display. Believe me, I'm not happy about it. It's a necessary means, but I'm not happy about it. Not Saturday, but I will be here to see the Orioles make their run. Fantastic, David. You're calling the game Saturday about 1 p.m. Yep, you're looking at it right here, Michael. This is the link. Why is my phone ringing? My phone never rings at this hour. Hey, don't you love a nice professional... Hold on a sec. Nothing. Production 2.0 looks great. Thanks. I just got here. I heard Sagano looks good. Yeah, Mr. Hyde, just go back and listen to the beginning of the mini podcast here, and we touch on that. But, yeah, Sagano is getting nothing but positive, glowing reviews. Again, let's temper our expectations. It's getting me a little bit hyped, but I want to see him face some live batting against an opposing team. But again, I mean, the guy is so highly decorated. You just know that this guy is going to be able to pitch. Why is my phone now turning off? Hey, look, my comment is on BW Stream. I'm famous. Oh, yeah. I still have yet to address that. Wait a minute. What are you even looking at right now? Am I over here? Yeah, I mean, I know it's not easy to see your names on this screen, but the actual comments you guys can read, right? It says, does Morton have Ole Uncle? What is that? Oh, does Morton have old Uncle Charlie working? I haven't heard any reports about a bullpen session from Morton. I think I saw one image of him throwing, so he has thrown, but I haven't really heard anybody give any kind of analysis or reaction to Morton so far. But again, no news is good news. If there was a problem, I think we'd hear about it. Yeah, guys are hitting some home runs. Again, let's hope that it carries over. Oh, my sub count is not showing the right thing either. This is going to be fun on Saturday, folks. When I try to get the live scoreboard going and try to keep all these little windows with the information in the right place, it's going to be a work in progress. But it's going to be fun because, look, after the first couple of innings, after every starter gets one AB, it's going to be a bunch of guys out there wearing number 72 or higher. Not a whole lot of guys that have a whole lot of shot at making the team, but I still have fun watching some of these guys because you never know, once again, who might emerge, who might impress. It'd be nice if Mayo made the team, but who goes? I really think Mayo has to absolutely be the best hitter in camp. He has to be the best hitter in camp in order for him to make the roster on opening day. Which is basically saying I don't think he's going to make the roster, but I'm also not leaving out. I'm not saying it's impossible. But I just think the way Elias has constructed the team, there really aren't any position battles right now. I think especially with the position players, everything is kind of set and everybody has a role, a very defined role. And if you take any of those out of the equation and then put Mayo in, it completely shakes up the look of the team and how playing time is going to be distributed and all that. I really think My prediction is we're going to get toward the trade deadline, and we're going to put together a trade package to get the best possible quality starting pitcher we can. It might be a rental. I'm hoping it's Shane McClanahan and that we can extend him. He does have a year, I believe, after this season still in arbitration, so it wouldn't be just a half year or half season rental with McClanahan. But he's going to cost some prospects. But if we can deal somebody, it could solve both our problems. It could make the path for playing time work itself out, and it can also give us that arm we need to. Again, I feel like that's all we're missing. That's all this team really is missing. I mean, we have to go out there. We have to execute. The team attitude has to maintain positive. The plate approach has to be disciplined. We have to keep our head in the game. We got to keep that aggressiveness on the bases. We got to go out there and flex, okay? So I'm not saying it's just like, hey, look at this team on paper. We're bound for glory. No, the team's got to go out there and do it. Coaching staff got to do their part. As soon as they see something going wrong, they got to address it. I feel like some of the things that went wrong last season just went neglected for too long, and then it was too late to work it out. But yeah. Coffee. What's that about coffee? Lovely. All right. Wait a minute. What's this background over here? Okay, that's all I got, folks. I'll be back, if not before Saturday at 1 p.m. for Orioles versus Pirates. I'll see you Saturday at 1 p.m. for Orioles versus Pirates. Please share the video. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Folks, let's get that sub count up to 2,300. Like this weekend for the game at least. I got to get these numbers up. All right. I enjoyed it. You guys take care. See you soon. This has been the BirdWatcher, and I'll chirp at you later.